I'm going to say something that I don't think I've ever said. In fact, I'm going to say something I don't think anybody has ever said. The Lions and the Jets have nailed it. Wait, what? Hey, before we get to what they aced, remember to subscribe to the channel. Be one with the channel. Just click on this button below me. That means you'll be amongst the first to know when we have new DA deep dives like this and when we go live on Sunday nights. It's Watch DA Live right here on YouTube on this channel, Sunday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. The Lions and the Jets absolutely ace their brand new jerseys. And it's because they're not really brand new. They're both throwbacks, retro, a nod to the past with an eye towards the future. Now look, I get it. I sound like I'm doing stupid marketing speak here, but that's really what they did. The Lions went back to those beautiful, crisp Honolulu blue Barry Sanders jerseys of the 90s and 2000s. Hey, wait a second. Who's that guy? Yeah, those are gorgeous. Those are beautiful. Those are perfect. And once the Lions changed the font and it made it all wavy and added black to a uniform that never had black before, added stripes and patterns that were totally unnecessary, they lost the simplicity and the beauty of those bad boys. But they brought them back because you know what? Everything old is new again. And finally in the NFL, amongst other leagues, we are realizing as a sports society, things kind of look better back then. I love them. The Lions are once again a formidable opponent, and it's been a long time since they were a model organization. So they deserve to look clean. They deserve to look pro. They deserve to look different than they have been over the last 20 years when they've been a complete laughingstock. They're one of the best teams in football right now. So yeah, they deserve to look like it. The weird, thin, slanted numerals never looked right on a flagship old school NFL franchise. I mean, yeah, the Lions have been disasters for a long time and have never won a Super Bowl, but this is one of the bedrock foundational members of this league. Why they needed black in the middle of their helmets is really anybody's guess. Why they went to those awful gray uniforms that looked like they were chimney swept. Why are we trying to replicate a gray December sky in Detroit? It was all so unnecessary, and now they finally turned back the clock. They look great. I'll even deal with the black alternate jerseys because at least we got the bigger win. Sometimes you got to sacrifice a battle to win the war. I'll do so because the Lions went back to their core uniforms and the block numbers, and I think they look sweet. The Jets did the same thing. They turned back the clock to the New York Sack Exchange era. And look at how gorgeous these are. I always thought that Freeman McNeil and Al Toon just looked blazingly fast. I love the fact that the Jets really rarely went to the home green uniforms and instead were largely white with green trim. I thought they looked sleek and clean and cool and fast. I know they never won anything of note to those uniforms. I don't care. An old adage of mine is, just go back and look at what you were wearing in 1987 sports teams, and they're definitely better than what you're wearing now. With a few exceptions, but rare exceptions. Most teams' best uniforms are based in the 1980s. Why? It gets out of the primitive looks of the 1950s and 60s. It modernizes it, but without it being garish and built solely to sell jerseys, which really boomed in the 1990s. The 90s is where we see these completely ridiculous rebrands and monikers of teams that never were going to age well. The Raptors, based on Jurassic Park, Panthers and Jaguars and Devil Rays and Diamondbacks, oh my. We've got teal, we've got purple, we've got black, and just about every jersey uniform combo. It distracted us, and there's still that type of ugliness populating around the NFL and other leagues. But the Jets and the Lions were two squads that just helped clean up the league's look. You could convince me that the Jets' best look is the Joe Namath old school Jets uniforms, and that's what Parcells went back to when he took over the Jets of the 90s, and that's what they had for a long time. But I still think the 1980s New York Sack Exchange are more identifiable with a modern audience. That sleek, aesthetically pleasing jet going across the Jets, that's cool. That looks like the hood ornament on an awesome old school sports car. That jet looks fast. And the rebrand that they did 5 years ago never worked. Again, incorporating way too much black, why the Jets and the Lions felt like they needed black uniforms and black trim and black everything in their jerseys is ridiculous, unnecessary, and obnoxious. And they had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The logo was kind of a nod to the Joe Namath years, but it just looked like a mashup of eras, neither one of which fit together. This look is simple, it's clean, it's sleek, it's fast. I love what the Jets did here, and I think they actually ended up with an awesome secondary logo as well. I mean, look at that jet. Who would have ever thought I'd say this? But both the Jets and the Lions, at the same time, simultaneously, aced the test. Hey, for more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Just click on this button right next to me. That means you'll be amongst the first to know when we've got new DA deep dives out like this one, and when we go live on Sunday nights for Watch DA Live right here. Leave a comment below. What do you think about these new jerseys? Oh, let's hope the Texans don't blow it. I'm DA, Damon Amendolara. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.